Let's talk education, shall we? Education in the Northern Cape. It's one of the provinces that has kicked off the teachers' vaccine drive. This was yesterday. Let's find out how it all went. Education MEC, Mr. Zolile Monakali, joining us this morning from the very warm Northern Cape. I'm very jealous, MEC. Good morning to you. Thank you for your time. Let's just talk quickly about how the first day went. A couple of teething problems in Gauteng, but that's to be expected. Still very high numbers of vaccinations. What did your province look like?
Good morning, Gareth. Good morning to your viewers. Gareth, the Northern Cape Department of Education is satisfied with the manner in which the vaccination program commenced in the province. Although we recorded the lowest number of vaccinations in the country, we should also bear in mind that we have the lowest number of staff complement compared to other provinces. But we have done very well. From our 29 sites that we have identified, 16 of them have opened, and the remaining 13 will be opening as from today towards tomorrow.
Apathy. Let's talk about vaccine apathy, shall we, for the moment as well. What sense are you getting from your education sector in the province? How many teachers are going to be willing to take the vaccine? Speaking to some unions, their members saying 87% are willing to take the vaccine. What's the sense you're getting?
Thank you, Gareth. Unfortunately, Gareth, there are still educators that are really very hesitant to take the vaccination. Some of them even turned away from the vaccination site after decided to go to the vaccination site, but when they arrive there, they just turn away and don't want to take the vaccination. So we are still having a challenge of educators not wanting to vaccinate, but we are intensifying our advocacy. We are speaking to the unions and all other stakeholders to encourage them to be part of the program.
I'm curious to find out if anyone's asked the teachers who don't want to take the vaccine, and you were just talking about teachers arriving then walking out of the vaccination centre. They obviously had a change of heart. Has anybody bothered to ask the teachers why they don't want to take it? Can you help me understand?
Yes, one or two teachers will just indicate they become anxious, become afraid, and became uncertain, and just turn away and say no, they will revisit their decision to take the vaccine. That is the challenge that we are sitting with, especially in regions like in Namakwa. You've got a high hesitation rate where educators are really not willing to take the vaccination.
The Northern Cape, as we know, fairly sparse as far as the population density is concerned. Not suggesting it's a small province, but the population density is far more sparse than Gauteng. How difficult is the distances in that province between vaccination sites and teachers getting there? I'm asking the question because there was a perception before the rollout that the vaccination centres will be at the schools where the teachers are. That's not the case. They have to travel to vaccination centres. So how big an issue is the distance in your province?
Definitely, Gareth, we do a very vast and long distances in the province. We have arranged our vaccination sites per region. The Northern Cape consists of 5 regions, and in each region we've got a number of vaccination sites. But what we have arranged is that the schools will provide transport for educators to be transported to the vaccination sites, and then the department will obviously then pay for the transport so that we can make sure we get the teachers to the vaccination site, because the distances are far and it's expensive for educators, but the department together with the schools are working together to make sure we transport educators to the different vaccination sites.
And just before I let you go this morning, what's the target that the Northern Cape is aiming for? Of the 500 to 600,000 teacher vaccinations, what's the Northern Cape's target before I say goodbye?
Our target is 16,100 educators and non-support staff, and our daily target is about 1,063. And we are doing very well to work towards those targets.
Once the vaccination drive ends, I'm sure we will speak again, MEC, to see just how far along we got in the province. All the best to you and your team in trying to get teachers vaccinated. Such an important drive. Zolile Monakali, Education MEC for the Northern Cape, joining us here on eNCA.